So I'm Pete Townshend of The Who and Other Stories, and these are my most Googled questions. Are The Who mod? Well, the quick answer is probably no. Mod, it's a manner of living, or it was. It was about taking the best of the fashion of Paris, the scooters of Milan in Italy, and combining them with the music that was coming over from Detroit, Tamla Motown. And it was also a little bit about breaking down gender values. We were allowed to dance on our own, we were allowed to look a bit gay, we were allowed to wear makeup if we wanted to, and The Who were adopted by the mods. The next question is, who's The Who's drummer? Now that's a tricky question because The Who's drummer historically was the famous Keith Moon, who was a wild child, crazy guy, very, very different kind of drummer. He wasn't a normal drummer by any means. He played too many notes. Usually guitar players did lots of to show how brilliant they were. I just had to keep time on my guitar while Keith Moon went. Getting it now? Anyway, The Who's drummer today is Ringo Starr of the Beatles' son, Zak Starkey. And Zak Starkey was given by his dad, Ringo Starr, a guitar when he was 10 years old. Well, Keith Moon changed all that because Keith Moon gave Zak Starkey a drum kit. And then the story unfolds. Are The Who and the Guess Who the same band? You bloody idiot, of course they're not. What is Pete Townshend's novel about? Well, you have to buy the novel and read it. You know what it's about? It's called The Age of Anxiety. It's about that. It's about the fact that today, lovely Greta has come along and told us to trust the science. Let's Google, where do we find the science? Today, we're all worried about the future, for our children's future, for our grandchildren's future. We're worried about our planet. As a creative musician, you look to your audience and what you find your audience needs. It needs science. Maybe not music, but if you can't give them the science, what do you give them? You give them hope, you give them uplift, you give them distraction. Maybe you give them what Stormzy gives them, which is the brutal truth, or you give them what Billie Eilish gives them, which is women's power, young women's power. Who knows what it is, but that's what my book's about, anxiety. What guitar does Pete Townshend play? Well, over the years I've played mainly a Fender Stratocaster. The Gibson SG was the one that was easiest to smash, and they were impossible to put back together once they'd smashed because they were so lightly built. Fenders I used to like because I could glue them back together again, so use them more than once. Is Pete Townshend on Instagram? Yes, I am. My tag is Yagadang, because that's the noise I make on a guitar, stupid. Yagadang, Yagadang. How did Pete Townshend damage his hearing? I damaged my hearing using earphones because I used to write songs at home in my studio, and I used to write the song and then put the earphones on, have a drink, think, oh, that's great, and I'd have another drink and think it sounds even better now, then I'd have another drink, it's even better, louder. So it wasn't loud music on the stage, it was loud music in the studio at home. What was my generation inspired by? Well, there is a story that it was inspired by the Queen Mother having my Packard hearse towed away from outside my house. But that's not really what happened. My generation was inspired by the fact that I felt that as artists we had to draw a line between all those people that had been involved in the Second World War and all those people who were born right at the end of the war. Those people had sacrificed so much for us, but they weren't able to give us anything. No guidance, no inspiration, nothing really. We were what we used to describe ourselves as disenfranchised. We weren't allowed to join the army, we weren't allowed to speak, we were expected to shut up and enjoy the peace. And we decided not to do that. Were The Who at the Isle of Wight Festival? We invented it! We were at the two very most important ones. The first one was with Bob Dylan and the Moody Blues and a couple of others. And the second one was with Jimi Hendrix and Joni Mitchell and a whole bunch of others, and we were at both of them. And on the 1972 one, the promoter stole the money. That's good plan. Yeah, throw a festival and then take the money. Are the Who touring? Yes, we are. We're touring at the moment. We've been on the road for 65 days. We did 38 events and I'm knackered. And we're back in the UK in March at various number of cities. You can go to the who.com, the Who website, and see where we're going to play, and I hope you can come and see us. Get the best seats. Don't spend less than 3,000 quid, otherwise it's not really worth coming. If you like that video, click to subscribe and see more.
Radio X.